All right, lads, welcome back to my podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Hey, why do I keep forgetting? Award-winning podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Still waiting on my status to come back from the White House if I'm about to become a White House correspondent. That'll raise the game. That'll raise the profile. Change it to... I'll bring on better clientele, is what I'm saying. A lot better than the riffraff that listens to this show now. I won't need you anymore. I've been moving on to bigger and better clients. Cleaner ones. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing and coming on back. I do appreciate you as always. Listen, get your podcast wherever you're getting it from. Blah, 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 blah. Like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. Did I hit record? Yes, I did. Come see me live. Listen, there's some good stuff coming up, lads. Just this Monday, if you happen to be up in the Poconos area, I am at Villa Roma on an evening in Roma. Come see me at Villa Roma. Then next week at the 22nd and 23rd, I am at the Borgata Casino. 2 shows only. The Borgata Casino. And then March 2nd, I am at Westbury Music Fair. That's the round. Tickets on sale at all those locations. Come see me live. How you do? Listen, sorry it's late again. I just didn't want to get off the couch yesterday and come down and record it. So it was just one of those days, right? And listen, the Super Bowl was on and I couldn't tell you who. I know the Chiefs played, so I'd be lying and trying to be all artistic and better than the Super Bowl if I told you that I didn't know who played. I knew the Chiefs played. Cannot tell you who they played against. Could not tell you about the halftime show. All I heard was people just complaining about it. And good. That's what you get for watching the Super Bowl. That's what you get if you're not a football fan and you don't watch it all year round, and then all of a sudden you're watching because you're told to watch it. Good. You deserve to be bored, but you don't have a right to complain. I truly mean that. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I never ever watched any event. Pick one. Any event. Like if I didn't watch tennis, and all of a sudden the finals came on, I just tuned into the finals because everybody else was telling me you had to. You know, this was a terrible year for tennis. Shut up. Stop it. I don't have a right to complain about anything that's on there. So don't do it yourselves. Keep your mouth shut. I'm very concerned about it. It's good. So keep your mouth shut about it. I couldn't tell you anything that happened. All I know is that people were complaining a lot about some of the commercials, and at the same time, didn't Kanye West have something out there? Kanye West is he's selling t-shirts with swastikas on them now. He's selling t-shirts with swastikas on them. That's how far he's got. And it's disgusting. Listen, let me tell you right here, on the Cheaper Than Therapy show, we think what he's doing, selling those t-shirts, is disgusting because he's charging way too much for them. Now, way too much. I don't know who your swastika t-shirt guy is, Kanye, but you're getting the wool pulled, or else you're pulling the wool over the eyes of the other people. Way too much he's charging for those t-shirts, if I'm being honest with you. Bring the prices down. They might sell a little bit. But everyone's up in arms about it, right? What do you expect? His missus shows up to the red carpet wearing absolutely nothing, and you're shocked that if you're shocked still from Kanye West, then kind of I blame you again more than him. This is your fault. This episode should be called It's Your Fault. I don't think I'm going to call it that, but what's going on, man? Why would you sell that? Like, unreal, man. It really is. And I unless it's a trap, and then good for him. Unless it's a trap for someone who goes online and puts it in their cart, and then the SWAT team comes breaking through the door, because we got one. We got a Nazi, right? And I'm not saying arrest him. Because it's freedom of speech. But at least shame him, right? At least shame him. Paul, you know what I mean? Hey, this is a kindergarten teacher. Look what he bought online. Where's he wearing it, by the way? Do you wear it around the house? Do you wear it when you're cleaning the garage? Do you go to an event where you're with other people and you where are you wearing this thing? Shame on you, Kanye. I'll be 100% honest. Shame on you. I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I didn't care for the Super Bowl. I didn't watch anything to do about it whatsoever, and therefore I'm not going to talk about the Super Bowl on this episode. What I'm going to talk about today is and I had nothing prepared either. That's why kind of yesterday I didn't want to do anything. I was tired. I didn't have anything prepared. I didn't want to do any research. I didn't want to do anything. But I did get a thing today that everybody that I know were up in arms about. Starbucks is having it's free coffee all day. All day free coffee at Starbucks. Across the country, by the way. Not just the state of New York. I don't know for those who listen to this show in other countries. I know Starbucks is, of course, worldwide. I don't know if you had it. I don't know, but I do not drink coffee, first of all. I'm not a coffee drinker. I've never had a cup of coffee in my life. Why not? Because when I was a kid, me and my brothers would eat the Christmas sweets, like, not celebrations at the time, roses, Cadbury's roses, and you would throw away the map, and you would just eat them blindly, you know. You knew the hazelnut, that was a good one. You knew the caramel, you could always tell. But then you would get a weird shape one, like a barrel, and you would try it, and then you'd nearly die. And it's coffee. My dad came in. My dad's dead. Actually, his anniversary is tomorrow, but, you know, R.I.P. And but he would come in and go, it's coffee. And that, in my mind, coffee is bad, and I've never tried a cup of coffee. Isn't that weird? How psychological trauma can kind of affect you. You know, that's why when I was 10 and the scout leader made me give him a rub and tug, and he yelled at me for not being good at it. That's why I was a late bloomer sexually. That's a true story, that. We'll talk about that on another episode. And that's why I didn't develop sexually later in life. I'm able to pinpoint a lot of these traumas in my life, and that's why I don't drink coffee. Can't stand coffee. And I certainly can't stand Starbucks. And I do have a lot of places that are on my boycott list. Some for political reasons, some for other moral reasons, and some are just because, like Subway. I used to love a good Subway. Ask any of my comedian friends. We go on the road. Hey, make Subway. When you pull in, you go straight to Subway. They're on my boycott list. You're charging so much money for nothing. And they got rid of the chicken breast. Not a big fan of that, right? So now, Starbucks were always on my boycott list because I could not justify spending that kind of money, like $8 for a tea. I remember one time I like a cup of tea, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not paying $8 because you know how much a tea bag is? 7 cents if you break it down. Where are you charging $8? Where in a styrofoam cup or whatever special thing you use? So I was done with Starbucks, and they're on my boycott list. So. And I put something online today in my stories, and I got tons of messages about it. I got tons and tons of messages about it. I should have turned off the boiler. The boiler's kicking in now. You're going to hear that for the next 4 minutes. Shite. Sorry, lads. But anyway, so yeah, so you go to Starbucks, and they give free coffee. This is for you guys, you Starbucks drinkers, right? And I know I gotta have my bucks. I hate that. Gotta have my bucks. Listen. What does that tell you when they can give away a product for free across the country from morning to night for one day and still have the balls to charge you $8, $9, $10 for, like, what does that tell you about Starbucks, about their product, about the money that goes into their product? That they can just give it to you for nothing and not affect their bottom line. Like, Toyota doesn't do that. Toyota doesn't go, all right, guys, for today is everyone's getting a free car. Today's free car day, right? But we got, no company can do it. No company can do it. Only Starbucks. Why? Because everything costs a ridiculous, they're overcharging. They're overcharging. And it just, I probably thought, they're like, you know what, guys? We're sitting on this pile of money's getting way too big. How are we going to get rid of it? I know, give away all our coffee for free. Still not going to make a dent in it. Still not going to make a dent in it. Let's donate it to charity. I back off, lads, yeah? Let's calm down a little bit. Let's calm down with those ideas. I like where your head's at, but let's not go fucking crazy and start giving the money away to charity. We're not USAID. We're not USAID, right? Speaking of, listen, man, I'm going to try, and I promise myself, I promise you lot, that throughout these next 4 years, I'll be fair when it comes to mocking people. So if I find Donald Trump or his administration doing anything that needs to be poked at, needs to be made fun of, needs to be highlighted, I'm certainly going to do it on this episode. I really am. But so far, the Democrats are still louder. And come on, lads, I want to have a go at the Republicans. I really do. I want to have a go at the right. But you won't shut the fuck up. You won't step back, mind your business, and let daddy take the wheel. You just won't. So they're up in arms. The Democrats are up in arms about how Donnie got rid of USAID, right? He just got rid of it, and they're up. That's disgraceful. How could you do that? This is an outrage. Let's talk about it. Let's talk for a second about what USAID gave away in the last year of the last administration. So let's talk about this, right? In no particular order, by the way, I pulled these. I pulled these not as in, you only pulled the bad ones. You didn't. There's some on here I kind of agree with, so I'm not gonna be like biased on this. But these are real facts. You can pull them yourselves, fact check them, put them in the comments. Right? Let me see how we do on time, because I don't want to be down here long, because I just don't want to. Now, first one on the list, but I didn't pick the order. Let's go. USAID gave this away in the last year. 20 million US American dollars, 20 million US American dollars for Iraqi Sesame Street. Now, first one that came up was $20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street. Let's talk about it. It's a bunch of puppets. It's a bunch of puppets. How I used to make puppets with my kids when they were small. Bit of cloth, bit of old pillow, some googly eyes, stick your hand up its arse, make the mouth move. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Here's a square, here's a circle, right? The dish ran away with the spoon. These are, right, that $20 fucking million for that. What are they teaching on Iraqi Sesame Street that they're not teaching on the US Sesame Street? You know what I mean? That's okay, kids. Hello, this is Bommy the Grouch. Bommy the Grouch just runs into a coffee shop with dynamite around him. Maybe that's what happened. Bommy the Grouch just runs in, blows up a coffee shop. You know what I mean? You know, hey kids, repeat after me. Allah Akbar. No good comes after Allah Akbar. Not one good thing has ever come after Allah. If you ever hear Allah Akbar, run. Doesn't matter, no matter where you are in the country, if you are in Iraq yourself and you happen to be at an Iraqi wedding, a funeral or something, or a celebration, the Iraqi New Year, I don't know what that is, but I bet it involves a lot of blowing up and fireworks, and if someone yells Allah Akbar, run. Nothing follows. Nothing good follows Allah Akbar. So why are you spending $20 million? What's their version of Big Bird? Right? What are they doing? Today on this week's episode, or this episode was brought to you by the Marrying the Girls of 7 years old. Oh, here comes Irene the Eyes, right? And it's just eyes under a burqa. What are we doing? $20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street. $2 million for Moroccan pottery class. Is it, like, have you ever went, like, $2 million for pottery classes in Morocco? It's clay, innit? You have hands moving around, you've seen a bowl. Why are you doing $2 million? Have you ever said this, oh honey, where's my Moroccan dishes? What are you talking about? You know the ones that are imported from Morocco, the special dishes that can only be made in Morocco, not IKEA. No one's ever said that. What's Moroccan ghosts going to be? Some guy behind 4 of his wives trying to reach his hand all around them and squeeze all their clay to make it look like a dick and make it feel like something normal has happened. $2 million US Moroccan pottery class. $11 million to tell Vietnam to stop burning trash. How do you tell them? Vietnam, stop burning your trash. You're destroying the ozone layer. Got it. Did it for free. Check my stats. I swear to goodness. I swear I have a bunch of fans in listening in Vietnam right now. I've just done it for you. Vietnam, stop burning trash. $11 million. How did you do that? Just put up flyers? Did you just fly over the fires and drop flyers down on top of them? Stop burning flames. $11 million. $27 million for gift bags for illegals before we deport them. So again, here he goes again, the immigration thing. Illegals, I said. If they're illegals, they're criminals. Like it or not, they're criminals. You take those criminals and we don't just send them home anymore. We want to give them a goodie bag. Thanks for coming. Like it's the fucking Oscars and that's Natalie Portman. There you go. Off you go, Natalie Portman. Here's your gift bag. It's got a nice watch in there. It's got a compass in case you're going across. You know, you got a shovel for digging or a ladder for going over. It's got everything you want. There you go, Matthew McConaughey. Off you go. All right. Looks like I got myself a couple of lawbreakers around here. Whatever he says, right? Whatever he says. $27 million for gift bags for illegal immigrants. Isn't that awesome? $30 million for Afghanis to grow crops instead of opium. Now, when I read that, I was like, that's great. I'm a fan of that. Stop making heroin, Afghanis. You're the biggest producer of heroin in the world, all made from poppies, opium, right? They've stopped making that. We're going to grow crops. Come on, give us the money for that, America. Here's your 30 million. Are you going to spend it on crops? Sure we are. Promise you we will. Good. Because then when I clicked on that, the opium it fucking doubled. They took that money, 30 million, went, yeah, We'll grow crops, all right. Cheers for sending a contingency plan, a backup plan. Thanks for just taking our word on it. We'll shore ahead. Just go on and just fucking, yeah, we're going to, what, you probably sowed 2 pieces of celery in a garden box, and then the rest off just now you're like fucking supplying the whole cast of Train Spotting and the Rolling Stones with $30 million of the US taxpayers' money. 300 million. After a while, it just starts to blend in, doesn't it? You might as well stop saying numbers. 300 million to Afghanis to build diesel fuel power plants, right? 300 million. They built them. And what did they do? They shut it down because why? Diesel was too expensive. Diesel was too expensive. You didn't think of that? You didn't sit down when you're... Like, I've had a few businesses. I do own a business now. I am a small business owner as a comedian. I have incomings and I have outgoings. What's an outgoing? I decide if I want to buy a plane ticket or do I want to drive to my gig. I decide if when I'm down there, I might as well take up 3 or 4 extra gigs. Am I going to stay in a hotel? Is the club going to provide a hotel? Is it profitable? Outgoings, incomings. I own a small business myself, right? I own a small business. I kind of know how small businesses work. I know how to do a business plan, a business model. If you're going to do a power plant that is run on diesel and you think that diesel is too expensive, don't fucking build it. So now they're just sitting there with pigeons living in them. Pigeons living in them. You cunts. 200, again, it's just blending in, and it's just numbers at this stage. 200 million on a dam that was too unsafe to use. You just fucking built a dam, put water in it, and then said, we can't use this, it's unsafe. Who in their right mind did that? Who? You could have used that dam in California, you fucking muppets. 200, again with the numbers, 250 million on a road that was never used. You literally built a road to nowhere. I remember that I lived in Ireland, they had a Gorey bypass. No, Wicklow, Arklow. It was Arklow. It was an Arklow bypass. And you would drive up from Wexford and Escorty, Gorey, and then you'd have to go into Arklow, Wicklow, and into Dublin. And it was about a 3-hour drive to Dublin. And they go, you know what, we pass. A bypass. But they couldn't build a bypass because they came across fairy rings. Look it up. And there's a fairy ring, so they shut down production. But there was a time there when there was nobody on, and I would just drive on the road, and they were worried about it not being, construction of the highway was going to be shut down because it came across to a fairy ring. Literally a road to nowhere. They would have to just leave an open road there because you couldn't touch a fairy ring. Turns out the government came and said, it's not a fairy ring, get rid of it. 250 million on a road that was never used. Skateboarders would love that. I'd love to get my motorcycle on that. 250, this has got to be a long road, right? $9 million we gave to Al-Qaeda. Yeah, not Al-Qaeda the music group, not Al-Qaeda the musical, not Al-Qaeda the high school play, not Al-Qaeda the soccer, Al-Qaeda the terrorists. That's who we gave the money to. That's what, how do we stop terrorists? I know, we cut off their finances, got it, sending them 9 million. No, don't do that. Nah, I won't do that, I promise you. I won't do that. I'll send them 5 million, don't send them anything. But they want, it doesn't matter just because they ask for it, you have to fucking get it. They're Al-Qaeda. They're the ones that flew the planes into the towers. They're the ones that are blowing people up across the world. Don't give them any money. Don't give them a penny. Got it. Not 1 penny will I give them. I'm just sending a wire. Are you sending money to Al-Qaeda? Nah, just a wire in an unrelated place. How many Qs in Al-Qaeda? We gave $9 million, and then we gave $1 million. We gave $1 million to bat research in Wuhan. That's funny, isn't it? $1 million to bat research in Wuhan. I wonder how that played out. I mean, that didn't backfire at all on anybody, right? Surely not. That was fine. We gave $1 million to that. And then we funded, I didn't get a dollar amount on this one. So this is why I don't want to lie. We funded Fashion Week in Paris. Have you seen fashion lately? Have you seen fashion? So there's there's billions of dollars on the table, right? There's billions of dollars, and we gave a bunch of it to Fashion Week, to French fucks who haven't paid their UN dues in years. We have given them all this money. We've given away all this money, folks, and this is the problem, right? This is for those of you who are mad at USAID. Now there are, all joking aside, there are some good things I'm sure USAID is used for. I beg your pardon. When you feed other countries, when you help develop food programs, when you develop education programs in other countries. I'm all behind that 100%. I really am behind that 100%. Not condoms for Gaza. Not a big fan of that one. I don't see, again, I think I said this last week, but when you are trying to put your family back together like Mr. Potato Head or a game of Operation, sex isn't really top of the priorities there. So, you know, some of the money I'm sure we used for USAID was very charitable, very appreciated, and you went to the right people. But listen, as we have people in North Carolina who still have not had a chance to go home, nor will they ever go home because insurance companies have fucked them over. The people in Hawaii, we forgot about the Hawaiian fires, didn't we? That happened last year, and we gave them all $700. And then we saw the people in California that all got $700. We have homeless people. We have people in this world, in this country alone, who are vets who literally put their life on the line for this country, who are also homeless. We have addicts. We have people with mental illnesses who are getting no help because of funding. If you fall off your bike and break your arm and do not have health insurance, you're either turned away or you're billed for at least 15, 20 grand for a broken arm. I know that happened to my son, and lucky enough we had insurance. Listen, the country is a machine. It's full of money. And I think wasting that money is an absolute sin. I think we should definitely help people around the world 100%. But why are we doing that? List I read is real. That list I read is not exaggerated. And you can go ahead and fact check me on that. I do love that, a bit of fact checking. How about we do the humane thing and we put the money where it's supposed to go? And that's helping the people who need it. Notice how he didn't say our own people. Help the people that truly, truly will benefit from it. Right? Let's not, if you're a Democrat right now, and it's scary to see my friends who are never ever we spoke politics in the car as we go to gigs or in green rooms, and I'm lucky enough to have mature friends where you can sit back and talk about politics and disagree and intelligently and respectfully, you know, decline facts and whatever. We can do it all and like, oh, I'm not sure that's true, we'll do our own research and that kind of stuff. But now these same people are just shut up. They're just on there like really being political when it's not, it's not a good look for them, right? It's not a good look for them because it's very hard to argue with those numbers, innit? It's very hard to argue with those numbers. So I really wish that the money would go to places of worth. I really do. Not Fashion Week. Not a big waste of money that when we all need it. So, folks, my point is, stop with the Starbucks. Stop worshipping fucking celebrities. Let's just stop caring about the Super Bowl and who's selling what. Go buy Kanye t-shirts, guys. Go buy Kanye t-shirts. That's where it is. That's where it's at. But let's agree that the money should be put to good use. Right? It's scarce enough for all of us. And let's give it to people who deserve it. That's all I'm saying. Like Kanye. I've got 5 t-shirts coming. Extra large, obviously. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing, and coming on back. I do appreciate you, folks. Listen, I have to go now. But listen, as always, thanks for... I said all that. Wash your hands, you dirty fuckers. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.